If you stop having fun, you're not playing the game anymore. You're playing you're playing a frustration simulator. We thank the supporters at the end. You can help with a like and subscribe. Or don't! Listen up, you beautiful bastards. I'm Insipid, and this is Runescape. We're back. Hey, would you look at that? What are we up to? We are now level 42 for woodcutting. Huzzah. We're still trying to get the rest of these tokens right here. Entirely visible. Go me. But then otherwise, I wanted to take a quick jump back to the topic we were working on, biological mandates. And something came to mind in terms of how we identify companionship as a biological mandate. There's two ways to approach it. Question one: will a person die if they don't have this? And then the other question, it's more of a Jungian approach. What do you find present throughout all societies? Now, Jung was pretty bright. In his approach, he kind of identified the notion of the shadow, the fact that we have circles and swirls in almost every culture, kind of enlightening us as to their broad, kind of intrinsic nature. There are things that we are capable of doing by instinct, and then there are some things that we identify with pleasure by instinct. This can include both shapes, the use of circles, but then also music. The fact that we have kind of a Pythagorean research that went into musical theory and identified how a single rise in octave consistently across a scale is much more pleasant to us, and when we're trying to look at the order of things and how we construct our music based on a rhythmic system. That aside, good? Yeah, it's working just fine. I wanted to approach it from another perspective. Again, shooting upon the Jungian notion. Sports, games, this dimension of companionship that I really didn't talk about during that last companionship episode, and I wanted to make sure I gave it a chance to be discussed in a somewhat fulfilling way. And for me, that means recognizing that a sense of competitiveness may, this is a qualification worthy of note, may be intrinsic to our nature. It may be something that we call upon and need as part of our being. Now, will we die if we don't have games or sports? No, clearly not. I mean, obviously, sports are good for fitness, typically, but it's not something that's going to cause us to perish. Do we lose something that is intrinsic to human nature and or the kind of structuring of society? Maybe. Now, that's something I wanted to pursue for a moment, because it is a consistent manifestation of companionship in human spheres. And so this is an addendum. I'm not going to tack it onto the biological mandate. For my purposes, I do treat the biological mandate as almost strictly, you will die if you do not. It's one of the reasons why I have so much trouble not removing worry, not removing stress, not removing stress, anxiety, anything that keeps us attentive. Fear and being scared as a biological mandate. Once upon a time, we had our discussions about the nature of emotions and their utility. And so I certainly want to emphasize the importance of internal experiences as a manifestation of our biological mandate to survive. And so the question for me in part arrives, does that count? Maybe. And I do want us to have another discussion about that. We have plenty more to talk about this topic, and we'll get to it as much as we can. I wanted to go back to the general topic of that companionship dimension. It can take many forms. We strive in many cases to be the best. When you go to the Olympics, you're representing your country, you're representing yourself. This is the sum of your hard work to be the best at something in the world at a given time. Now, obviously, there's discussions about how you rate things, how you judge scores, and the controversies that have happened with the World Cup. That's a different thing entirely. The Olympics over the years, and you go, all right, well, fine. That's people doing what they can to get into the winning position. which, again, I'm going to note that the biological mandate is directly related to strategies for winning. If your biological mandates aren't being met, people, wait for it, will, wait for it, start going through the list of the ways to win. And they will find something that lets them survive. That's how we work. I am willing to put my name on that. Flat out, Insipid comment says if you deny yourself the biological mandate, you will start finding other ways to stay alive. It's just how we work. The will to survive is so intrinsic to biological life, so important that it's almost unimpeachable. We have interesting topics wherein it doesn't, where it does not manifest that same way, and I believe we typically refer to that as individuals in desperate need of diagnosis and assistance from medical professionals. But that is not the current topic. We're talking about the nature of competition, the nature of games. I would say that both sports and games do require another person to be involved. You need at least two, which is why I lump them into the notion of companionship. You need to have other people to accomplish this. In acts of competition, it is only meaningful. I'm going to get some backlash on this. I'm actually going to qualify this in just a second. If you're trying to engage in a ranking system, you need more than one person. You need one person who did it faster, lifted the heavier thing, etc., etc., etc. Now there are ways to engage in competitiveness with yourself, where it's a matter of self-improvement. Last time I lifted this much, this time I lifted more. I'm doing better than past me, and that can be very fulfilling, no doubt. I'm not sure if it fills the same function psychologically for us. And I can't speak quite as readily to it as a manifestation of how we behave in a natural setting. It's easy, super easy for me to pull examples of us engaging in sports where the winning team is celebrated, the losing team goes home a little bit more sober than when they arrived. Unless they don't. Which, given our propensity for riots after soccer games, haha, I called it soccer, it's a thing. But, wow, that is a lot heavier than I wanted it to be. Wow, okay, so this entire topic that I was trying to go after, it went, hey, biological mandate, jazz hands, competition, sports and games, this is fun. Do you know that sometimes we riot after our sports because we are either too happy or too sad about the results of the game? We're kind of messed up. I mean, I love it, obviously, but we definitely are engaging in a whole lot of all of that. Wow, that is a bit of a buzzkill. I wasn't planning on going down that particular road. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can't bring this back around for us, kind of get us back to the place we were talking about before. The nature of games. I just make that distinguishing line between games and competition. Because there are several games that can be fun without competition. Beyond that, any co-op game, for the record. Beyond that, my definition for a game is that it's fun. You're having fun. If you stop having fun, you're not playing the game anymore. You're playing a frustration simulator. Luckily, I'm A, very funny, and B, very good at coming up with quips about reality when I don't mean to. And I wish I could channel that better, but I can't, because I'm a bad... Is that a spider on my ceiling? I dare say it is. Hello, you're right up there. That makes me very uncomfortable because you're right above me now. And this is where I'm working. This is where I do my job. Stop being here. With that, hey, let me go ahead and get the heck out of here. These are the people that make these streaming videos possible. Thank you very much. I certainly can't do it without you. And of course, as always, a big thank you goes out to Deep Down Dirty record labels for allowing us to use their music during our videos. Always appreciate it. Looking forward to doing more. You just stay right there. It's a good time, and I'll catch all of you guys on the flip side. Take care, everybody.